So let's move forward another year into 1998. Nintendo's N64, which claimed to be superior in graphics, was starting to truly feel the heat from the PlayStation as it was continually outselling the N64 week after week, month after month. Crash 1 and 2 have been continually popular amongst the crowd since their respective release. Sony realised the Crash formula was a winning one and once again commissioned another sequel, and this is where Crash Bandicoot Warped comes in. Naughty Dog do what they do best, and that's expanding upon what was great in the past two games and eliminating the least popular aspects of the last entry. Crash 3 followed on a similar format from the last one. Again, there is a warp room, but this time it's one giant warp pad split into different sections. The game also focuses around the same crystals from the second game. Add on some power-ups and more replayability than any other Crash game, and you've got one of the most solid titles to ever make its way to the PlayStation. The third story starts exactly where the second one ended. The game finally gives the mask, Akuku, a more important role, as he actually speaks, mentors and instructs you along the way in the game. We also get a slightly more plausible reason behind Cortex and his schemes. As it is in the third one we discover that Cortex wasn't trying to take over the world for himself, he was doing the bidding of Akuku's evil twin brother, Uka Uka. This adds a more interesting twist to the story because when you do finally battle Cortex, it's mano a mano. I mean, in the past games you could take in Akuku to protect you from two of Cortex's attacks, but this time Akuku can't help you as he's too busy fighting Uka Uka. And it doesn't help that Cortex still has a health bar, whereas you can die from either Cortex's blast or if you get in between Uka Uka and Akuku's fight. The original Crash games were always strong on the level designs, and with the story introducing time travel into the mix, we get a much more diverse range of level designs. In the first one, it was mainly jungle or cave based. In the second one, Crash travelled around the world including more jungles, the Antarctic and sewers, but in this one we have Crash go back to the medieval times, the dinosaur times, pirates, ancient China, and even in the future. So it all gets a lot more interesting and fun to take on these levels. Debuting in this Crash title are power-ups. After you defeat a boss, you receive a power-up. There are 5 in total. These are Super Belly Slam, to break many crates in a single go, Double Jump, Super Tornado Spin, which makes Crash's spins last longer, and even make him hover in the air, a bazooka that fires Wumpa Fruit, and Speed Shoes that makes him run faster. These power-ups are returned in future installments in the game. In order to complete the game fully, you need to master all of these power-ups. Making their return to the game also is the gems, which are much easier to gain hold of this time, as the special coloured gems are now accessible through the Death Path. To access this path, you must reach a certain point in the game without dying. This is far better than Crash 2's Pit of Hope formula. Joining the fray for the first time are relics. These can be earned through the new mode, Time Trial. Basically, you need to run through a level as fast as you can, and you get relics for doing them in a certain amount of time, like a platinum one for being super fast, a gold one for being very fast, and a normal one for being kinda fast. And on the fact that this game has 5 secret levels to unlock as well means that Crash Bandicoot Warped was one of the most replayable video games on the PlayStation market. Crash Bandicoot Warped was fun, it was exciting, it was rewarding, and actually let the gamer play as a different character, only on certain levels though, which made for a very interesting add-on. The new twist in the story is a welcome addition and gives more insight into Cortex's behaviour, showing that he's actually weak and vulnerable, not this power-hungry scientist wanting to take over the world. Crash and Coco's personalities didn't change, which is good seeing as they almost always do in video games nowadays. And least we forget that it was in Crash 3 that the most fearsome team of villains banded together for the first time, which they would do again in so many incarnations in the future. This is without a doubt one of the most memorable platformers in the PlayStation's history and deserves to be at least in the top 10 greatest platformers in video game history. Crash Bandicoot Warped gets a very solid 9 out of 10.